Proton VPN practically blew up in popularity throughout 2025. But how is that fame holding up now? Is Proton VPN safe? Let's take a look in this Proton VPN review. So I have 4 main criteria when judging any VPN security. 1. Privacy measures to see how the VPN handles user data. 2. Encryption standards to see how that data is protected as you browse. 3. Independent audits and their results. And 4. The infrastructure and security features of the app itself. Now, to be totally transparent, this isn't my first, nor will it be the last time I test Proton VPN. So far, it's been checking all the boxes, and then some. So I am truly confident both in using it for myself and recommending it to you guys. As always, if you want to try this VPN for yourself, there's a link in the description along with the latest Proton VPN discount. But before that, let me show you what you can expect from it. So currently Proton VPN resides in Switzerland, which is basically as private as a country can get, right? Well, not anymore. Switzerland is considering amending its surveillance law, which could lead to increased monitoring and data collection. In simple words, the government would basically force VPNs to track their users' data. But Proton isn't waiting around to find out. They have already begun moving some of their infrastructure out of Switzerland, which means that the way they handle data will not change. Proton still retains a very strict no logs policy, which legally binds them to not track or keep user data. And if you're thinking, well, you never know what happens behind closed doors, well, their doors are actually wide open. The whole VPN is open source. It's part of the reason why they have such a dedicated following, as the more tech-savvy users can check the code and suggest improvements. Now, the VPN connection itself is protected by either the CHA-20 encryption if you're running the WireGuard tunneling protocol. This is the fastest option and usually the most reliable too, or alternatively, you can get the AES-256 cipher, which scrambles your data when you use OpenVPN protocols. These are equally as secure and they protect the connection from any outside snoopers. The only difference is, from a user's point of view at least, is that CHA-20 can be a bit faster on some devices. Next, I looked into external audits from independent security companies, and it looks like Proton is getting these annually now, which is a nice transparency move on their side. Not that it's absolutely necessary for an already open source app, but this gives additional assurance from experts who know exactly what they're looking for. And the results aren't surprising. The no logs policy was fully confirmed. The report's publicly available, by the way. Looking at the Proton VPN infrastructure and features, I can't find anything to nitpick either. They use fully encrypted disks as servers, which will protect data even if the server gets physically seized. Proton VPN also offers secure core functionality where the VPN routes your connection through 2 servers, one of which is owned and provisioned by Proton itself. Not that long ago, Proton also released emergency access, with which you can pick trusted contacts to access your Proton accounts in case something bad happens. The app contains a bunch of features for data protection as well, from a kill switch to prevent IP leaks to DNS leak protection and 2-factor authentication for increasing login security. So yeah, the answer to is Proton VPN safe is pretty clear. This VPN is exceptionally dedicated to privacy. If it sounds just like the VPN you need, well, scan this QR code or check the description for the best current Proton VPN offers. But what else is Proton VPN good at? For starters, this VPN works excellently on all major operating systems: Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, and even Linux. They've recently revamped the UI to make them more intuitive, added more customization options, and even a bunch of features like split tunneling functionality on Mac and Linux. I haven't seen any other VPN to implement it on these platforms, so huge props from me. All this came out as part of a huge roadmap for 2025, and they just released a new one with huge plans to rebuild their architecture for faster apps and updates. But what you currently can find in the apps won't be disappointing either. Proton has one of the biggest server fleets that I have seen, spanning over more than 120 countries. On top of that, you get some cool extra features like their NetShield ad blocker, which also gets rid of trackers and malicious sites, or port forwarding, which is a true rarity these days, and it's a more secure version of it too, since every connection will go through a firewall. Overall, with a strict no logs policy, strong encryption, independent audits, useful features, and unmatched transparency, This was deservingly one of the best VPN 2025 choices, and it's securing a top spot for 2026 too. I hope this Proton VPN review helped you out. The one con of this VPN I'll mention is that it ain't cheap, so don't forget to grab a discount from the description. This is going to make that price much more pocket friendly. Cheers.